Hello, everyone. My name is Dr. Sheriah Mason, Director of Inclusion, Equity, and Diversity for Lindbergh Schools. And it is Black History Month, and so we are celebrating Black history. And today we're going to get to learn about an African American author named Keshia Edwards. Keshia wrote a book called Magic Hair, and in just a moment, we're going to be able to hear her read the story that she wrote. But before we get started, I want you to learn a little bit more about who she is. And so, Keisha, if you will introduce yourself and give us a little more information about you.
Yes. Thank you, Shariah. As you all know, my name is Keshia Edwards, and I'm the self-published author of Magic Hair. I'm from Carmel, Illinois, which is a very small town. I went to elementary, grade school, high school, and eventually I went on to college there. I graduated with a degree in marketing and accounting, and I now work in accounting here in St. Louis.
Thank you. All right. So, what kind of prompted you to write a children's book?
So I kind of sat down one day and just thought about how I really wanted a book that would have taught little Black girls to love their hair. That's something that I would have needed as a young girl. So I sat down and took my skills from grade school, where we had a program called Young Authors Program. And I learned how to set up a book. So I took those skills and drafted a book, and that's how I got Magic Hair.
Awesome. Thank you for sharing that. All right. Now, can you kind of tell us a little bit more about your book? What is it
Yeah.
about?
So Magic Hair is about a little girl named Nia who does not like her natural hair. She tells her mom about this, and her mom just hates hearing this. So she takes her to a mirror and just teaches her about all the magical things that her natural hair can do.
I love that. All right. So, I'm going to give you an opportunity to share your story with us.
Okay,
So, go ahead.
right.
Without further ado, let's hear Magic Hair.
Magic Hair by Keshia Edwards, illustrated by Qatar Gaines. Ouch, mommy, that hurts, says Nia as her mother tries to comb through her thick, curly hair. Nia tightly clutches her favorite doll, Gigi, hoping it will ease her pain. Nia's mother replies, I'm sorry, Nia. I'm not trying to hurt you. I promise. Here, I'll be gentler this time. I hate my hair, Nia says as she crosses her arms. She frowns at herself in the floor mirror across the room and states, why can't I have straight, easy to comb hair like the other girls at school? I bet they never have to go through this. Plus, their hair sure is a lot prettier too. I'd rather have silky, straight hair over this any day. She looks down sadly at her doll. Even Gigi's hair is better than mine, Nia sadly murmurs. It hurt Nia's mother to hear her daughter say this. Nia, your hair is beautiful, and no one's hair is better than the other person's hair. Nia sadly fumbles her fingers over her doll's hair as tears begin to sting her eyes. Her mother grabs a pink spray bottle that contains a mixture of conditioner and water and sprays it onto Nia's hair to detangle it. She gently begins to comb and says, you know what's special about your hair, Nia? Nia shakes her head no, still fighting back the tears. Her mother excitedly says, you have magic hair. Nia turns around and gives her mother a confused look. Her face glistens as a few stubborn tears run down her cheeks. Nia wipes them away with the side of her hand. Her mother repeats, yes, Nia, you have magic hair. Nia's mother stands up and then lifts Nia to her feet. She leads her to the big floor mirror across the room. She then begins to fluff out her daughter's hair with her fingers, creating a dark, soft halo around Nia's head. She turns to Nia and says happily, your hair can grow big and wide like the branches and leaves in a great, big, beautiful tree. When wet, your hair curls like a spring and waves like the ocean. Your hair has the power to shrink up and look really short, but when you stretch it, voila, it can be as long as Rapunzel's. Nia's face slowly lights up. Her mother exclaims, Nia, your hair is so strong and fierce that it's like a lion's mane, making you queen of the jungle, wild and untamed. Roar! Nia laughs and roars back at her mother. At other times, your hair can show its gentle side and is soft and fluffy like the clouds in the sky. Like clay, baby, your hair can be molded into almost anything. And with braids and beads, your hair swings like a chime in the wind, and people can't help but listen as you walk by. Nia and her mother look at their reflections in the mirror. Nia gives her mother a bright smile. Her mother responds by gently saying, Nia, I want you to love your hair and all the magical things it can do, because loving your hair means loving yourself. Nia smiles, gives her mother a big hug, and says, I love you, Mommy. Her mother gleefully responds, I love you too, sweetie. I love you and your thick, curly, wavy, fluffy, strong, big, beautiful, magical hair.
All right, thank you. That was beautiful. It's a beautiful story.
Thank you.
So, what message do you hope students take away from listening to Magic Hair?
I hope students with all hair types can just look in the mirror and learn to love themselves the way they are. It's important to learn how to have good self-esteem at a young age because it carries on into adulthood. So that and looking at each other and learning to accept everyone for their own unique differences.
I love that. Thank you. As an African American author, why do you think representation is so important for students?
I think it's important because, again, it builds self-esteem. Growing up, you want to see people that look like you. That helps. It just helps make you think that you can do all different types of things. Whether you see teachers that look like you, people on the news that look like you, in media that look like you, it makes you feel less like you alone, less alone. You feel like you matter. Like you want to see yourself out there doing different things. So
Well, thank you so much, Keisha. I appreciate your time. Your book is amazing. And I think that a lot of our students can gain a positive message from hearing your story. So
thank you
thank
so
you
much
so
for
much.
having me. I appreciate it.